here. I think I've screwed something up, something terrible. Try this again. Good morning, man alive. I am lost without the glasses these days. Good morning, Dante and Janice. How are you folks this morning? I'm messing about with the Digitech Trio Creator Plus, and I just got it like Thursday, I guess it was, and I haven't figured it out yet. So it adds in a bass part and drums. I don't know. It's interesting. It uses Band in the Box files, and I use Band in the Box program all the time. And the Band in the Box program uses real drums and real instruments, real bass, real everything. This sounds to me like it's using MIDI files, sort of. It's got a... Do you, Dante? Yeah. I just, I had the original Trio, and I remember messing about with it, but... this has got a lot more. This has like 5 parts and all that stuff, and it's got a looper. Oh, you got a new video out. I got to go see it. I'm not sure I like that. I don't know what I like. I never know anymore. Yeah, there we go. I better do a quick show and tell. I'm playing a Reverend Jetstream RB today with a super roasted maple neck. Man, it's roasted and sauteed and all that good stuff. Do you find, Dante, do you find the pedal pretty easy to use? I haven't messed with it hardly at all, just one time before this, and The old one I messed with off and on, but I didn't do as I didn't really get good at it. Did everybody see Lori's mishmash latest video? She took my she took a snippet out of my last video of Bruce. Good morning from New York. Wow. Yeah, things are. I peeked out the window and I can't see my neighbor's house across the street because this morning we got, not only do we have the smoke, we have fog mixed in with it, and so it's really thick out there today. I'm not sure what it's supposed to clear out maybe tomorrow. It's been a week. It came in. I laid down for a nap on Labor Day, and I woke up and said, "Oh, the neighbors, everybody's barbecuing," and of course it wasn't barbecue. All the smoke from all the fires. Oh, you're from New York originally, Janice. I did not know that. You're in Philadelphia now? I want to say Philadelphia. And Bruce from New York. And Dante, where are you from? I don't remember. I don't believe this one is chambered. I have tell me if I see it. Is it Peter Thomas? I have a Club King, which is sort of semi-hollow, and I have the Tricky and the Tricky Gomez and the Manta Ray were called semi-hollow, but they were really mostly semi-hollow up on top and down low. You know, I'm thinking I read on the Reverend site that these are chambered, but they're really, it's like there's a little extra square of chamber right here, and then of course where the controls are, and I think there's another one up here. It showed an exploded view, and I think you're right, but yeah, I just like them because they use, well, this is my first one. This one has a Wilkerson on it, so I can get, originally California and Colorado now. Yeah, are you getting smoke over there from our fires? The Wilkerson I can really... Connecticut. Now I remember. Yeah. You did the videos on the guitar shows, and oh, I wish you could do them again. I miss that sort of thing. Never went to NAMM or anything. We had guitar shows here in the old days. We used to take all our excess gear, and it doesn't feel chambered, by the way. We'll get to that in a minute. But anyway, I miss those old, even the local guitar shows, so I could take extra gear and kind of, sell off a few things here and there. Oh, that's right. I heard you guys had snow, and it was like 100 degrees or almost a few days before. From Norway. Wow. I've gone international. I'm up in Oregon, Peter, so on the west coast, right above California. Well, I'm not right above. I'm up in the northern mid-state area. Wow. Well, so last night is our first night. It was, I think it's out, I mean, it's only, what is it, 6:30 here, and I think it's like 43 degrees out, so it's quite a bit cooler. Last night, it's the coldest night we've had so far since all summer. So, and lots of fog mixed with the smoke. So now visibility. We thought it was bad yesterday. thought it was bad yesterday, but it looks like it's worse today. So, how are things in Norway, Peter? Are they? Do you have forest fires? And I know you have the virus just like the rest of us probably. So, yeah, I thought the I'm looking forward to getting back to just hunkering down in the normal virus mode because the smoke has been so bad. We're told we shouldn't just even go out at all. Period. Unless we absolutely have to. And it's just like the worst. Squire Telecaster. Good morning, sir. And Buckluster. Yeah, for you guys just tuning in, it's a Reverend Jetstream with a Wilkerson bridge. I've never had a Wilkerson, so I don't know what to expect. I didn't want a Floyd. Yeah, I think Coos Bay is doing okay. Yeah, but if you come just north up the coast to Newport and Lincoln City, they're filled with smoke too. It went right over the mountains and settled down right there on the coast. So this has their new. They've dropped. They're not no longer making the Filtertrons. I have a couple with Filtertrons. I like those a lot. I wish they hadn't quit making them because I'm undecided. This is their answer to the Filtertrons. They've answered their own question, I guess you would say. And that this is called a retro blast, and this is supposed to capture some of the Filtertron reverends, and they were pretty good. And I don't know if this. I'm not sure that this gets a Filtertron vibe to me. It's something close, but it's its own thing also. I don't remember, Squire. I don't remember if they're stainless steel or not. I like these because I always get them, no matter where I get them from. They've made sure everything's right, like the neck, no fret sprout. They all come with locking tuners, and I'm it's official. I'm in love with locking tuners. I have to take this sweater off. Man, it's hot up here. Yeah, I haven't been able to use this room all week because I have the window in this room it doesn't quite seat shut. And so it was leaking smoke in all week long. And I finally just put some paper towels in there and kind of soaked up that empty space, and that seemed to have worked a little bit. And then I bought those air filter systems, a couple of those that we normally just use in the bedroom and the living room, and I just brought it upstairs and left it on overnight last night, so it would make sure it was good. So it's good. Now I've got to turn it off while I play because they're noisy as heck. Getting ready to catch up in winter. Yeah. That's kind of what my plans were, to not really do any videos this summer because it was the concert season, and the little town I retired from down south of me has free concerts. Oh, I think for like 6 weeks in a row, of usually well-known people people that used to be well-known. It's kind of like the county fair circuit, but it's always really good. And then that's on Thursday nights, and on Monday nights they have local entertainers, and some of those are even better. Yeah, that's a roasted, it's roasted maple neck. It is a Pal Faro. I'm not that fond of Pal Faro, although this one's just fine. Um, all its necks look like they're almost dry or something, and I don't know if it's just the type of Pal Faro they use or what, but it's just fine. It plays great. So yeah, I was joking, and I've never had a guitar with a Wilkerson, so I don't know. I mean, you can really, it's like a Floyd Rose in what you can do. I mean, you can really. Yeah, Grant's Pass right now, Dante. I guess I don't know for sure if it's Grant. I get lost south of Eugene, Medford, and maybe Klamath Falls. I don't know, but they've got a huge fire down there. They had one. I'm not sure how they're doing with it. But Harley, good morning. Get the copyright claim out of the way, I guess. Anthony Lee, hello. Harley, this is a Reverend Jetstream. I forget the color. I want to just call it wine red because it looks so burgundy. But it's got some other. They always give weird names to their colors. Ancient, ancient blood red or something like that. I don't know. Well, I don't. I'm always hesitant to say how good they are because I've had just such great luck. But where I bought mine were all, other than one, were all from people I knew. And one was from the old Pro Guitar Shop in Portland with Andy Martin. It was about their last guitar, I think, that they got rid of selling guitars and then they went out of business. And so Andy does his own demos now. And Andy played a Club King in green that I just fell in love with. And if you go back and look at his videos, you'll see my name down there begging him to sell it to me. But so yeah, so I bought one off the Guitar Center used website for it was like $500 in they had it labeled as in excellent condition with the guitar case, with the Reverend case. So that was at that time about $1,100 worth new of gear. And when I got it, it wasn't in excellent condition. It was in new condition. It looked like it was just, they even had the store tags from when it was new laying in the case. So, um, That was one, and then the other one I got from Pro Guitar Shop up in Portland was a Manta Ray, and then a local shop down south of me in Corvallis, Bullfrog Music, great little place. Um, had a Tricky Gomez, so I got that, and then this came from Wildwood. Oh, and I got a Sensei Junior. I like the Sensei Junior. If you're gonna buy a Gibson double cut with a single pickup, don't buy buy the Reverend Sensei Junior. No, they're made in Korea at a place called the Mirror Factory, Mirr. And then they come back to the U.S. and they've got a couple of guys that just go over them tiny half inch by tiny half inch. Yeah, I've been just real lucky, so I don't know. I mean, are there lemons out there? I don't know. They could be, but I think the worst part of it is the prices have just been going up. I was going to get one of the Pete Anderson hollow bodies, and gosh, their new version's like $1,500, and I'm just not not quite ready to pay $1,500 for made in Korea guitar. I think the Tricky and the Manta Ray were $8.95 new. Yeah, I've only seen Greg playing it on YouTube. Yeah, it's a little bigger. He mentioned that it was a slightly bigger body than a normal Telecaster, and yeah, yeah, the PRS. Well, I don't have it here. Right before the pandemic, what did I do with it? That's weird. I must have it in the other room with the other computer, maybe. What's a good Gibson with gold trim? I don't know. I don't know which ones have gold trim. I can tell you this, though. I have one of the few Gibsons I own is a Nighthawk, and it's like a miniature. Body shape wise, it's like a 3/4 size Les Paul. It's lighter, but it's not a 24 and 3/4 scale. It's a 25 and a half, which is odd for Gibson. And I love that thing. And that was in like new condition. I bought used for I want to say 750. Yeah, all my SEs are Korean made. I haven't played any of the new ones that are made in Indonesia or wherever they're made. Uh, I, I, it's not so much that they're made in Indonesia; it's that they completely switched companies from World, whatever it was, World Instruments to Court, and I'm very prejudiced against Court because back in the early days, it's an old guy thing. Back in the early days, Court made really some bad guitars, and it just left a bad taste in my mouth. Hippie, good morning. How are you doing? Are you healing up well? Are you? I know you've been back at your show, so I mean, man, you got a work ethic. You came right back. I'm kind of celebrating 300 subscribers today, but I kind of don't trust it. I've had a lot of subscribers lately from faraway countries, and asking me to subscribe to them as well. And of course, when I look at their content, they're they're not music stuff at all. So, although I did get one guy from, I think from Vietnam, that subscribed to me, and I went and looked at his stuff, and he was playing songs with his son, I think, um, on guitar, kind of teaching his son, and so I subscribed to him. I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, you love your Cort Strat? Okay, I did not know that was a Cort. Yeah, I'm sure they've changed. I think the World Instruments guitars were so. I knew of them because I think that's where Schecter also had their guitars made, and I, I have Schecters as well, and they're. I always thought they were really good. So. Oh, you're 600. You should go live sometime, Janice. Let us know in advance. Yeah, Harley. The made in Mexico fenders. I've got Tellys and Strats, and some of them play like American made Strats, but the pickups and the hardware is not there. And others have great pickup and hardware to my ears anyway, and but they don't play like Americans. I got one I keep thinking about putting a whole new pickup in it. I did a video on it. It's a 2007, and that thing plays every bit as good. It's If you blindfolded me and said which one's your American and which one's the made in Mexico, I could not tell you because it plays like butter, and everything seems right, but it doesn't. It's got a totally. It's an okay sound. It's a great sound. It just doesn't have that pure Strat sound that I want. So maybe a different. I thought about just getting one of those loaded pick guards and swapping it out. Tell me about Janice's chord progression. Janice, did you do a new video? I was just on your site. Yeah, the pots. Oh, 2003. Really? Yeah, one of my favorite Stratocasters I have is a 1994 made in Mexico Strat. And the tuners, I can tell the tuners are. Oh, I was going to say, I was just there and I didn't see. I thought maybe I missed one. You got a lot of stuff on, though. Yeah, Janice, I wish I had an answer for your hands because I wasn't even playing last night. I was watching I was watching Fender Guru. His he does a talk show every Saturday night, 10:30 West Coast time, 1:30 East Coast time. But I was watching his show and I just realized that my hands were just throbbing, you know. And I hadn't really played that much yesterday, so it's a bummer. Lots of times I just run them under hot water right before I play. Not, scalding hot, or just good hot water, hot enough like you're washing your hands. And just kind of soak them, and that loosens things up a little bit. I can feel that they're stiff. Mr. Cricket, good morning. You're on your first. Yeah, I'm just about done. Ah, I brought up 2 cups this morning just to be safe. You played 3 songs last night and got through them okay? Yeah, everybody, don't forget to watch Hippie's live stream tonight. Hippie, you got to help me here, bud. 10 o'clock East Coast, 7 o'clock West Coast, Sunday night. I don't know why I'm just terrible at times. Oh, you got the Roland Ready one. Yeah, yeah, cool. So if you replace those pickups, Harley, will that wreck the synth part of it, or is that's a separate pickup, isn't it? Yeah, my '94 Strat. If you saw that video, I've got one of those Roland. I don't think it's the newer one. It's the real old one. One of those Roland synth pickups, puttied in behind the 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. Yes. See if we can dial that amp in a little bit better. Get rid of some of the hair. Oh, it's because I have a weird amp. That's why. Wow, it's got lots of. I gotta just sit down with this E-band thing and spend some time with it and learn how to control the amp parts of it. Mr. Moon, how are you, sir? Hey, when the Queen comes by again, be sure to say hi to her for me, will you? Okay, I saw your comment. I know you're a bigger country than a little island. Yeah, I was joking. Yeah, tea and scones, you bet. Yes, hippie, I did. Man, she did a bang up job. Lori just did. It sounded so much more full to me, and I told her that I could send her the backing track. I don't think I told her I can take the piano that I have in there. I can take that out. I tend to kind of turn the piano down and keep the bass and drums up a little sometimes, but I don't have any control over the piano. That's just a part that some studio musician did, and I inserted it into my song. So, but yeah, I can actually, I think I can still convert those to MP3s and take the piano out or do anything like that at all. Yeah, she did a bang up job. I thought it just sounded really full and good and better. I thought. Going down the road, now you're talking Franklin's Tower. Now there's one I don't remember. I Know You Rider certainly. That goes way, man, they did that early on or something close to that. Fire on the Mountain, yeah. I only saw the Dead twice. Um, and both times I really liked some of their stuff a lot, and other stuff they did I didn't care for. Both times I saw them, I thought they were pretty good, but I didn't think they were great. And I just, man, they did so much live work that there's bound to be some hit and miss kind of things going on. So, you been to over 100 Dead shows? Yeah, yeah. I had a friend I worked with. Yeah, I had a friend that was a real deadhead that I worked with, and one of the comments he said was that once um, you fell asleep during Dark Star, yeah, yeah. He said he when he first saw the Dark Star Orchestra, he said, "Man alive, these guys are as good, if not better, than the Dead, themselves." So, and in fact, I think after Jerry passed, I think they used that guitar player. I don't know his name, but I think they used that guitar player for a while too. Yeah, I loved, yeah, the album that Ripple was on, American Beauty and Working Man's Dead. Those two albums I like because they were real different. Uh, their beats are very different to me. That's well, they had two drummers. I'm thinking of Billy Kreutzman. I think was the guy who really worked on making a joyous noise. I think he called it. Oh yeah, yeah, man, I haven't listened to that album. Um, I've got a couple of his things. I'm trying to remember his first name. I want to say Dave Grissom. What's the dog? Yeah, the dog CD. Yeah, that was great. He did a soundtrack to a show on on sort of gypsy life in New York. The King of the Gypsies. He did the soundtrack. Was that what it was called? It was a movie. And man, I looked all over for that soundtrack because it was kind of what we call gypsy jazz, but it had a little different vibe. It was pretty good. Yeah, the two drummer thing. I don't remember the name of the other drummer. Bill Kreutzman was one. Hurricane Moon, yes, I saw that back a few months ago. Wow, that guy was something. He broke my nose. Yeah, somehow it's amazing to me that he didn't end up in jail in some fashion, you know. That's right. You like the Doobies? Yeah. Yeah, he was something. Yeah. Yeah, we're losing all the guys that are just a few years older than me. We're losing Peter Green and Ginger Baker, Jack Bruce. Um, the people I kind of grew up with. Benny Hill, yeah, that was good. Yeah. Oh, Hurricane Moon, you're from the same. Yeah. I think I'm not sure if it matters when you're born. You always think you're maybe in the wrong from the wrong era. As much as I love, like, I was just felt really lucky and blessed that I grew up during the British invasion because my brothers actually had a band prior to the Beatles, and at that time it was mostly on the West Coast, mostly surf music and pop 40, Louie Louie, stuff like that. Um, Walk Don't Run. And so when I came along, the Beatles hit, and that just felt like a blessing because there was just so much good music from that whole British invasion. I think it just was like wildfire and caught on to a whole lot of other things. Uh, Advised a lot of other people in their music as well. in in 1852. Wow. Anyway, as much as I like that, I look back at my parents' generation, and I'm listening to a lot of Benny Goodman with Charlie Christian on guitar. And Charlie Christian was kind of the first guitar player ever to be a household name for electric guitar because it was still pretty new back then. I haven't. I haven't. I always wonder if my drummer. I should talk to my. We don't have a band anymore, but he was the drummer I grew up with since seventh grade because my older brother and his older brother introduced us, and he still plays out. He plays what did who somebody called it? Who was it? The Antler Circuit. When I did "Don't Let the Sun Catch You Crying," I referred to. I said play this at the Elks Lodge or the Eagles Lodge, and you'll get a lot of requests. And somebody responded, I forget who that was. Somebody responded, yeah, that's really big. That sort of thing's really big on the Antler Circuit. I thought that was pretty good. Well, Janice, happy birthday early. I still got you beat by a few, huh? I'm about halfway through. Yeah, your dad was born in '70, so he grew up. He probably, I don't know if he went to concerts or not, but he probably was able to go down and see that little local band, John Mayall and the Blues Breakers, with that Eric Clapton guy. Uh, Oh man, I bet you that was good, Janice. I saw him up at our Blues Fest, and he was great. That was just a few years ago. I don't know how old he is. He's in his 80s, I think now. Once I got out of high school and into college, I probably just didn't have the money. Michael Lappensee, good morning, sir. How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, I like the. Yeah, John Mayall has a lot of good stuff. Not just the Beano album. I mean, his second album was with Mick Taylor, right? Hard Road, and then he did a Laurel Canyon, kind of an acoustic piano album almost, and a rhythmic, but not with a drummer, just people kind of banging on. And it was some pretty creative stuff, I thought. Oh, and '69, Bruce. Wow, there was some happening stuff going on then. Man, cool. Yeah, I think once I got into college in the '70s, I mean, I saw the Dead a couple of times, but I didn't. I guess I did. I used to go down to Oregon State. I saw Simon and Garfunkel down there. It's like 10, well, that was a lot of money back then, but $10 a ticket or something like that. It's Jethro Tull, Jefferson Airplane, a lot of those Quicksilver at one point. Mostly Bay Area bands. I was really into the Bay Area stuff. of the time. Oh, there's a picture of Gilmore. That must be an old. His daughter must be grown up by now, huh? Oh, cool. Wally, yeah. So I saw him about 71, probably, right after 70 or 71, right after Bridge Over Troubled Water came out. I think Grand Funk is great. I don't know where they're from, but they've played around here off and on for years at different festivals and Mr. Q. How are you, sir? Yeah, Grand Funk played, the county fair circuit and local festivals, and I remember I saw them a long, long time ago, and then again just recently they were. Although I think a different makeup to their band. They were from Detroit, really. I thought maybe they were out of California. Oh shoot! Oh, the shelf back here. I noticed that the other day. I finally paid attention. Although I think it's the camera angle too, because yeah, there's not that much weight. I mean, there's kind of my excess CDs up there, and it's kind of the ones I don't ever play, hardly ever. And it's so there's probably 30 CDs maybe. Yeah, maybe more. Maybe I better get up there and count again. But oh, I always been getting somebody said share the CDs. And so I thought, well, every live broadcast I'll do one CD. So I just randomly pick one, and I get ah Joe's Joe's Blues with Joe Pass with Herb Ellis. Well worth a listen if Joe Pass was such a phenomenal guitar. Herb Ellis was too. I always said if Joe Pass had never been born, we'd all be talking about the great Herb Ellis. But Joe was born, and so we talk about Joe Pass. So Joe Pass with Herb Ellis, Joe's Blues. Now, where did I get it from? Yeah, let's see if we can. Yeah, I can't do. I got to be real careful. That camera does not sit properly. I've actually got a tripod thing. I dropped it, and right as soon as I bought it, I dropped it, and I don't know if I cracked the housing that holds everything together. Yeah, in the old days when I first started, I had a used, not a used, but a shower curtain I got still new in the package from Goodwill. Uh, oh, Michael, yeah. For those who tuned in late, I'm playing a Reverend Jetstream, and I've already goobered it up. Yeah, Reverend Jetstream with retro blast pickups, and you saw Joe Pass, you lucky guy, man. I would have loved to have seen him or Herb, either one, any of those guys from back then. Uh, but he's got great instructional vids, although sometimes they don't make what he says in one vid is different than what he says in another vid. So, um, Reverend Jetstream with the new Retro Blast pickups that take the place of the Revtrons. They quit using the Revtrons. And I like this. This is the first guitar I've ever had. It's got a Wilkerson bridge in it. It's not. It's. I can really. Pretty sensitive. Um, yeah, Bruce. Yeah, New York. The big cities have to be good. Craig Flowers, welcome, and DT, and oh, somebody's saying hi to Lori. Lori is here. I missed Lori. Hi, Lori, and thank you again for your effort for doing that with. Why can't I see chat? Yeah, thank you. If anybody hasn't seen, I did a video on how to play "Don't Let the Sun Catch You Crying." And Lori added in her piano track to it, and it made it sound. It's much more full and, to me, much more complete sounding. So, and Lori, I don't know if you saw my comment back to you, but yeah, it doesn't work anymore. But it's a Magnavox stereo console, and I got it. Well, it's a long story how I got it, but anyway, when I got it, there was a fella in a little town, not too well, right by where I worked, that was a amplifier wizard, and he could rebuild your guitar amplifier, and he could rebuild your stereo, and he could completely rebuild. He preferred to do it with Magnavox, and he could rebuild your old Magnavox stereo to brand new condition. And of course, I got it, and I hesitated a little bit. And when I started asking around, they said, "Oh, he had retired and moved," and so I never got the work done. So, but I have lots of component stereo. Uh, One in the living room, one up in the computer room. I don't have one in the bedroom, but um, we decided not to do that. So, um, but yeah, I have turntables all over the place. I used to buy turntables at garage sales, and most of the time for $5, sometimes more, and just hope when I got home that they actually worked. And usually they did, but more often than not, they only worked for a short while before they kind of gave it all up. And so so I finally broke down and bought a couple, those real inexpensive ones. I got it off Musician's Friend, I think. Then $100 turntables, and they're pretty cheap, but they work and they're functional, and they're probably going to last a little while longer. It is. It's a lovely piece of furniture that we have in the living room. And it may have to go at some point. I don't know. I keep my 4x12 down in the bedroom downstairs, and I drag it out once in a while when nobody's around. And I've been threatening to hook up. I got one of those Katana 100-watt heads, and I've been threatening. I guess I did hook it up once. I don't know that I really tested it, but I've been threatening to hook that up to the 4x12 and really let loose sometime when nobody's around. But I have a Marshall Class 5, a little 5-watt tube amp, and I put that through the 4x12, and oddly enough, it shouldn't be enough to push those speakers, but it sounds pretty darn Marshall-y, and it sounds pretty darn good. I feel like I've been ignoring everybody, but you're all having a good conversation on your own, I think, so that's good. So tonight, what are we watching? We're watching Metalhead Hippie at 7 Pacific Time, 10 Eastern Time. We're watching I don't know who else is live on Sunday. Oh, Ben Coombs. He's got at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, I hope. I'm afraid I'm giving you all bad times. And Lori, when are you going? I looked for you yesterday, and then I remembered you said you're doing it every 2 weeks. You're going to do a live stream. So you're doing one next week, I think. You're on tonight, Lori? You're doing a live stream? Yeah, we'll see you. Hopefully, see you later, hippie. I usually tune into your Sunday night show, so try to catch some of it. And oh, Guitar Meets Science, Jimmy is at 3 o'clock Pacific Time, 6 o'clock Eastern, I think. Oh, on Tiny's channel next week. That's right. You're alternating channels. Okay. Oh, we're on Hippie Show tonight. Oh, I did not know that. We'll see you later. It's about time for me to wrap up here too. So a quick history lesson on "Get Together" by the Youngbloods. Big hit for them. It was their only big hit, I think, but they were a great band too. Did sort of a folk rock thing. And Get Together was written by a fellow named Chet Powers. Does anybody else know what his other name was? Not seeing an answer. I'm going to go ahead and answer. Uh, his other name was Dino Valenti, and he was one of the guys in Quicksilver messenger service, and uh, he wrote it under the name Chet Powers, and I don't remember the story. He found out he was adopted and his real name was Dino Valenti, so he went back to his birth name or something like that. And he was really quite a good songwriter. David Crosby said he's the only guy he ever saw that said, "I have an idea for a song. I gotta go to use the restroom though." And he would go to the restroom and come out, and he said he could come out of the restroom with a completed song in his head and sit down and do it. So we'll see you all whenever we see you again. I do have a new video coming out of a very rare guitar next Saturday that it's just you probably have never seen one in person. Well, if you have, it's been um, I shouldn't say that. It's a reissue of a very rare guitar, and if you haven't seen one in person, it'll be the closest you'll get. Pretty rare. That's next Saturday morning. So we will talk to you all later, and you all have a good day. Be sure to tune in to everybody's live stream if you've got the time and the energy. I know I'm missing somebody for today. I don't know who. Maybe China Mike. Maybe does he do that? Is that Saturday or Sunday that he goes live? Anyway, we will talk to you later. Oh, and Dave's Guitar Channel. He goes live sometime on Sunday too. So, kids are back at school. Yeah, we're waiting for some rain and some wind tomorrow to clear the smoke and fog out. And until then, we have about a half a block of visibility here. So, you all have a good Sunday and a good afternoon, and we'll talk to you later then. Okay? Thanks. Bye bye.